This cost me just £12.59, and yet is, at least for me anyway, just as good as mice that cost 5 times as much. This is the Logitech G203 LIGHTSYNC, and if you're looking for a super cheap gaming mouse, this is it. Let me give you a rundown. In the box, you get just the mouse and a pretty large Logitech G sticker. The USB cable is honestly worryingly thin. I suppose they had to save some money somewhere, but it's still quite a nice quality with a sort of semi-soft rubber feel, a USB-A connector on the other end, and a little bit of strain relief on the mouse side. The G203 is technically ambidextrous, as its shape is symmetrical side to side, although you only get the absolutely tiny side buttons on the left hand side, making it much more right hand oriented. It's also pretty flat and relatively small, which makes it surprisingly versatile for the different types of grips. Larger hands may struggle to palm grip it comfortably, but I am actually really impressed with how well it fits most hand sizes and most grip types. I can't say that I found it the most comfortable. I'm definitely in the larger camp for hand size, and the flat shape didn't work all that well for me, kind of comfort-wise, but that was only really an issue for extended gaming sessions, for, average, easy use, especially if I fancied more sort of hybrid or claw gripping it. I didn't really have that much of difficulty. Build quality is also surprisingly good for this insane price tag. The matte finish is definitely nice, albeit pretty slippy, which combined with the small size can make it rather difficult to hold on to, an issue you can solve with just a solid death grip on the thing. Happily, when you do death grip it, it doesn't make it feel like it wants to collapse in on itself, nor do the absolutely minuscule side buttons or the left and right clicks either. The scroll wheel is plastic with a rubber coating and does feel a little cheap, but honestly for this kind of price tag, I wouldn't mark it down too hard for that. You do also have rubber, I suppose PTFE feet on the bottom to help it glide around, although they are remarkably small, and of course you don't get any spares in the box. What about the sensor? Well, that's an optical sensor, good start, with up to 8000 dpi sensitivity. That's plenty. Although, being such a budget mouse, it isn't the absolute best sensor on the market, as you would expect. With that said though, I had no trouble gaming with it. Well, it should be painfully obvious that I am no pro. Odds are you aren't either, and I can say that the mouse wasn't exactly my limitation for how well I played. There wasn't any noticeable latency on the clicks. It runs the standard 1000Hz polling rate, so you can expect around about something like 2 milliseconds from the click registering with the mouse to the system registering it, which is pretty standard. The sensor's tracking felt fairly smooth, although it did take some tweaking to get the DPI setting feeling just right for me. Happily, you have both a dedicated button behind the scroll wheel to switch what DPI setting that you're using, and you can use the Logitech G Hub software to adjust them to anything you like, from 200 to 8000. You can also map their G-Shift function to one of the buttons to have it temporarily switch DPI, kind of like a sniper mode. Of course, you can remap any of the buttons to pretty much anything that you like, even drop the polling rate, I guess, if you want some compatibility for maybe older games, if you fancy, and naturally you can control the RGB lighting. While RGB on a mouse seems a little pointless to me, since it's going to be under your hand while you're using it, I must admit that I do really like the style. The light bar in the back half of the mouse looks pretty nice with the colours sort of cycling or shifting around, and of course the Logitech G logo illuminates too. In terms of downsides, it isn't the absolute lightest around, coming in at around 88 grams. Although that's still lighter than most, and honestly feels perfectly fine for the average gamer. But really, for £12, any complaints I could have seem utterly pointless. For that price tag, as long as you aren't comfortable spending considerably more to get a better equipped sensor or a lighter weighted mouse, this is a no-brainer. Even for its non-deal price, which seems to be about £18 right now, that really isn't bad. So if you want to pick one up, I'll leave a global Amazon affiliate link in the description that you can check out and pick one up yourself, or just check out pricing when you watch this, because it can and does vary. So yeah, solid recommendation from me, but of course those are my thoughts, and I would love to hear yours in the comments down below. What do you think of the G203? Is it a mouse that you'd pick up yourself? Would you splash out for something a little bit better equipped sensor-wise, lighter, perhaps a slightly different style, or perhaps more comfortable for you? Feel free to let me know in the comments down below. If you want to check out the mouse, like I said, I'll leave a link to it in the description. If you want to see more videos like this one from me, then do hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification icon. There'll of course be plenty of other videos that you can check out on the end cards. Maybe take a look at some of the other Amazon's Choice videos that I've done in the past. And if you want to support the channel and keep me making purchases like these to review stuff, or just to keep making these videos, then you can do so in a load of ways. Of course, through YouTube join button, become a YouTube member, Patreon if you'd prefer, merch or hoodies or t-shirts like this one, or the other affiliate links in the description, including places like Overclock UK if you're buying from there instead. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, we'll see you on the next video.